The movie I'm going to be reviewing today is A Fall from Grace. The main characters in the film were Grace, Jasmine, Shannon, and Sarah. The relationships are that Jasmine is the defense attorney for Grace. Shannon was Jasmine's former husband, and Sarah was a close friend of Grace's. The second question is referring to the stability of the main characters. We see that in the beginning, we don't really know how stable Grace is. Seeing how it highlights her being in prison, we don't really know whether she committed murder or not. So we're assuming that she's not completely stable at this point. What she really wants is justice and to be with her family. She believes that she didn't commit murder, and it was proven that she didn't. But at that point, she just wanted the truth to be told. The traumatic scene that makes the character deviant would have to be after the situation was starting to balloon into something that Grace never imagined to happen. She finally sees Shannon having sex with another woman, and later on that day, out of frustration, she takes a baseball bat and hits Shannon over the head repeatedly. And after that, her mindset was anger. She was confused by the situation. She never anticipated something for this to happen. And she was also nervous too of what she did. What kind of crime? It was assault with a deadly weapon. The article that talks about women serial killers, they talk a lot about women killing for money and how they attack men, primarily the ones that are close to them, and also when women have lost people close to them in their lives. So I think in this case, there is a sense of greed that takes place, and wanting to feel better about yourself after you lose someone. So I could see those tying into Grace's situation, where she was losing money and her life was going down, and killing seemed to be the only option she had. Where Sarah, her best friend at the time, saw the chance to eventually kidnap and then have elderly people die for financial gain. The victims in this case, I would think, would be Grace and her son Malcolm, having gone through this. The victims, there's a lot of victims. A lot of them were the elderly people in Sarah's basement, who were scared, confused. Grace was also another victim. She was confused as well. She was angry. And just about everyone that were victims were seen as feeling very vulnerable, very weak. They obviously, none of them deserved what happened. And Sarah was probably was in a stable condition where she could stop herself, but that obviously was not an option. And question 10 talks about victims demonstrating any traumatic stress after. I would say to a degree, a lot of them had were probably emotionally damaged by being taken from their homes, and especially Grace, who was put through almost being in prison for the rest of her life. So I think everyone suffered to a degree. And a solution, I guess in this case for Sarah, would be talk to someone else. If you're tight on money, there are plenty of people you can go to ask for advice. But this would probably be the worst possible decision she should have made. So this wraps up my review for this movie. Thank you.